is Kim speaking from 10 Sigma. Welcome to episode 99 of Transition Tuesday. Today I'm going to talk about teaching students transition skills through social narratives. Right now I'm going to switch over to a short slide presentation to share this information with you. In today's video, I will discuss the meaning of social narratives or stories, when to use social narratives, and who can benefit from them. I will also talk about the types of social narratives, along with some examples for transition areas. Social narratives or stories are visually represented stories that describe social situations and socially appropriate responses or behaviors for individuals to acquire and use appropriate social skills. Social narratives or stories can benefit students with autism, emotional behavioral difficulties, developmental or cognitive delay, learning disabilities, and even students in the general education who have social difficulties. Social narratives can be used after a social error has occurred, prior to a transition or new experience, and as an intervention to reduce existing reoccurring behaviors. There are several different types of social narratives. There are social stories, which are individualized stories that describe a social situation, and there are social articles that are similar to a social story except they are written for adults. They include descriptive, perspective, directive, and affirmation types of sentences. Another type is social scripts. Social scripts are the most basic social narratives. They provide an individual with statements, comments, or questions to use in specific social scenarios. Another type of social narrative is cartooning. These are visual symbols often used in cartoons that are helpful in making abstract events more meaningful and are used to enhance social understanding. Also, comic strip conversations by Carol Gray are another type of social narrative. These conversations utilize simple drawings to illustrate what people say, do, and think, and are the most widely used cartooning strategy. Another type of social narrative is power cards. Power cards are visual aids that incorporate a student's special interest. For example, if they're interested in firemen, it would incorporate a picture of a fireman. And this helps to promote an understanding of social situations, hidden curriculum, routines, organizational skills, and transitions. They consist of the picture and a script on a power card. Social autopsies are another form of social narratives. They were developed by Richard LeBeau to help individuals understand social errors or mistakes. Unlike other strategies, they are more verbal than visual in format. Now let's talk about how to design a social narrative. The first thing that you want to do is identify a social situation or skill for intervention. Then define the target behavior for data collection. Collect baseline data on that target behavior. Write a social narrative using language at the individual's level. Choose the number of sentences per page according to the individual's functioning level. And then use photographs, hand-drawn pictures, or pictorial icons as appropriate. Now let's talk about how to teach through using social narratives. First, you'd want to read the social narrative and model the desired behavior, and then have the student read and practice the appropriate behavior or skill. You're going to collect the intervention data, and then you're going to review the findings and related social narrative procedures, and program for maintenance and generalization. Now let's look at a few examples of social narratives for the post-secondary goal areas of employment, independent living, and training and education. This is an example of a job interview social story. Besides teaching students how to complete a job application, it is very important that they know how to prepare for a job interview. This narrative shows them what could happen during a job interview. Here's an example of a social narrative for independent living skills. It shows them a sequence of basic food preparation. Keep in mind that although this example is for students who may be lower functioning, you could easily create a social narrative with a recipe for higher functioning students. The last social narrative example is about behavior or education, and it's about riding the bus home from school every day. Again, this may be for students who are lower functioning, but you could easily make a social narrative about riding a city bus or even driving a car. For today's bonus, I'll be sending you information and examples for teaching using social narratives. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you use this information to help teach your students transition skills. Be sure to check your email for the bonus we just sent over. If this is the first time you've ever seen an episode of Transition Tuesday, click the link below to receive the bonus. Be sure to like and share the video and leave a comment or suggestion for a future episode of Transition Tuesday. Have a great week. See you next Tuesday.